The fourth property is that it should show some scope of slow changes. Now, why changes are required? We all know that environment is constantly changing. So the animal or the organism has to adapt, whether single-celled or multi-celled, whether a complex one or a simple form of organism. It has to adapt and as well as evolve into, or you can say speciation to occur. So if changes are not allowed, then obviously adaptation and evolution are not possible. So therefore, for adaptation and evolution to take place, some changes should be allowed. So a genetic material should be, a biomolecule should be called as genetic material if it allow only slow changes, not a sudden drastic change, because that will be disastrous for the survival of the organism. So it should be able to mutate, that means, but this mutation should be small change only, not a major change. The fifth property is that it should be able to express information in the form of the Mendelian character. We all know that the characters of Mendel, that means we are talking about the expression. So the expression of the biomolecule should be as we have learned in the case of Mendel's character. And we all know these properties are basically fulfilled by nucleic acid, because when we talk about biomolecules to act like genetic material, what comes in our mind is carbohydrates or lipids or fats or nucleic acid, because these are the main biomolecules in every living machinery or system. We know that carbohydrate is not present in the same amount in every body cell, so carbohydrate cannot act like a genetic material. Same way, proteins cannot act like genetic material because they are not chemically stable or structurally stable, because you change the temperature and you will find denaturation. If you remember 11th class topic, the tertiary structure of protein will change the moment pH is changed or the moment temperature is changed. So proteins cannot act like genetic material, and we all know that carbohydrates and proteins cannot make their own copies. They don't allow changes for adaptation and evolution, and they cannot express themselves in the form of Mendelian character. So the only biomolecule which is able to fulfill all these criteria is nucleic acid. Now the next thing, because nucleic acid is found in all the living cells and it is found in the somatic cells in the similar amount, and we all know that nucleic acid is structurally chemically stable. It is able to make its own copies, so duplication is possible in the case of nucleic acid, and the reason behind is the topic of base pairing as well as complementarity. We have already covered these topics in the structure of the DNA and RNA, so I will not explain these things once again to you. And the next thing is nucleic acid is able to express the information in the form of the Mendelian character. Now another confusion, should DNA be considered as genetic material or RNA? So this is the topic which slowly we'll be covering in these classes now. We all know today that RNA came first, and this was the first genetic material, but slowly it has given rise to DNA, and DNA is a better candidate as a genetic material compared to the RNA. So this is the nutshell of this topic. We'll be doing it in detail in the pages to come further. So I hope this much is clear to you. So this brings us to the topic that what proofs we have that confirm that DNA is the genetic material. So we all know some of the points which I have jotted down here, that the total amount of DNA in a cell, in a diploid cell of an organism remains same. Second point, the gametes carry half amount of DNA when compared to the somatic cell. We all know about the number of chromosomes we have in diploid cells in human body. We all call it as 23 pairs of chromosome, and in the case of sperms and egg it is 23 only. So in the same manner we can talk about the amount of DNA also. The amount of DNA I made you to calculate in the last assignment, and I have found students don't even understand that sperms have haploid amount of DNA. So many students made mistake with that calculation. Please remember the amount of DNA in the normal body cells of human is 6.6 10 raised to the power 9 base pairs, and the amount of DNA in the gametes would be half of this. That means you can say 3.3 into 10 raised to the power 9 base pairs. So total amount of DNA is same in all diploid cells. And the second point which confirmed that DNA should be the genetic material is the gametes carry only half amount of this DNA. And we all know what happens during fertilization is half of the information comes from the mother, or you can say one set of chromosomes come from the mother side in the form of the egg, and the other set comes from the father side in the form of the sperm. That means that amount of the a particular amount of the DNA from sperm side joins with the similar amount of DNA from the egg side, and the total become again normal diploid cell amount of DNA. So fertilization doubles the amount of DNA. Doubles means double when you compare with the gametes. Doubles the amount of DNA to restore the amount in the zygote, and that amount is again equal to the amount of DNA present in the somatic cells. I hope this point is clear to you. It is something like 2n in the diploid cell, n in the gametes, and again 2n because of fertilization is present in the zygote. Now the next point which confirmed that DNA should be considered as the genetic material is DNA maintains its integrity during metabolism. Whenever reactions occur in the living system like protein and all, these are supposed to lose their integrity when they are undergoing metabolic reactions, but DNA remains similar. This topic will be again clear to you in the next experiment, that what exactly, see, the main thing is DNA is able to undergo renaturation. Renaturation means whenever heating of the cell content is done, imagine metabolism is going on, temperature is rising. So what may happen is the molecules may start undergoing denaturation. So DNA also has the negative property of denaturation, but once the temperature becomes normal, it will again become renatured. That means the bonds are again maintained, and those bonds are because of the complementarity nature. So this property is called as maintaining integrity.